Thank you, Edward. Thank you, Gourmand family. It is my highest honor and pleasure to be here. I say Gourmand family because I see similar faces, very talented writers, and it's my honor to be with you again. I would like to talk about myself. Many of you already know me. No, okay. I was born in Ankara. I'm from Turkey. I graduated with many different backgrounds. I started my education at Bosphorus University in Turkey as molecular biology and genetics. And then I moved on to Texas A&M University and finished economics with minor in business. And then I have an MBA from Bocconi University and Cornell University. And I finished many other educational programs since 2009 until now. From Harvard Medical School, I finished pharmacology and immunology programs, certificate programs. And then from Cornell University, I finished healthy living and nutrition, plant-based nutrition, and then wellness counseling, medicinal plants, hospitality management, food service management, wines of France, business law, and digital photography. I take all the photographs in my books. Since 2010, I wrote 5 books. I will quickly mention about them before I come to my latest books. In 2010, I wrote Gluten-Free Mediterranean Gourmet Cuisine, Invaluable Recommendations for a Healthy Immune System. This was the first gluten-free cookbook in Turkey. At the time, there was none. And it was the first Turkish gluten-free cookbook in the world. I started mentioning about food allergies, food sensitivities, celiac disease. I dedicated a section on that. And because it was the first book and I wanted to give my readers some information about why food sensitivities happen and the importance of healthy immune system and autoimmune diseases and how we can prevent the autoimmune diseases with what we eat. And I also dedicated a section on where to find the antioxidants that are good for our health in which food. And when I developed my recipes, I included food analysis for each recipe, showing the antioxidant values for each. So this is from breakfast. As you see from this cheese omelet, there's abundance of vitamin A, niacin C, vitamin C, folic acid, and then when you go to the back page, you see why it's good for you and what else it's present in. From this eggplant, there's a lot of vitamin C, and in Oriental pilaf, there's a lot of antioxidants because there's chestnut and currants and pine nuts and a lot of herbs. And even an apricot dessert, which is very popular in our country, there's a lot of vitamin E because of the apricot. And in 2015, I wrote another book, Health and Beauty Home Remedies. In this book, I wanted to make healthy homemade recipes that are good for you. This is an antibiotic. It's fermented with honey, lemon, garlic, and ginger. When you make this and then you make it sit for a while, it becomes fermented and becomes an antibiotic. It's good for you to consume in winter time. And then I mentioned about oils and how it's good for your skin and other conditions. And then some tea recipes that are good for your health. In 2017, I wrote, being a mother of 3 children, I wanted to write a book for children. It's about children's eating. And in this book, I wanted to show that The popular food for children that they love to eat outside but has nitrate and other kind of additives that we can make at home as mothers. This is homemade sausage. I also showed homemade pepperoni and other very popular like chicken nuggets. And it started from baby food, from how to make yogurt and purees, and then to other recipes that look gourmet but healthy, because children kind of look how it looks like and they choose. And other recipes that you can enjoy with your family. And this is important, that you can make ketchup, mayonnaise, and even vinegar at home. In 2021, I wrote Nature's Therapeutic Recipes, and I wrote this in COVID time. It's kind of a medicinal plants encyclopedia. And when I wrote this book, I wanted to create awareness on something. I wanted to create awareness on the plant ethnicity. Like us, plants have ethnicity. And it's a part of a nation's cultural heritage. I think this is very important because plants' identity and heritage is so much important, because those plants existed before humans existed in the world. And they developed chemicals with billions of years of evolution. And for what reasons? Plants cannot run like us when they are in danger, when there's sun exposure, or when there's drought, or when they have competing plants, or when they have diseases in the soil, or when the soil quality is not good, or when they're in danger from other animals to be eaten, or to attract some pollinators like bees to keep on producing. They develop chemicals. They develop chemicals that become medicine to us. And we have to protect them because they are becoming extinct with climate change. So as you see on this map, medicinal plants are all over the world, and we are all responsible to create awareness and protect our plants. I want to mention some of the plants that I wrote in my book. It's 360 pages, it's long, and it's not enough. There are so many other plants that I wanted to mention. Like this is thyme. It has been a savior in the times of plague around the world and throughout history. And turmeric, and this is saving lives during very chronic diseases. Also, I showed some recipes using some of these plants like beet pickles and some other recipes that I use these plants, and some other therapies that includes cardamom, pepper, ginger, and in 2016, United Nations announced 18th of June as the World Sustainable Gastronomy Day. And this is to recognize gastronomy as a great contribution to cultural heritage and put emphasis on safe agriculture, biodiversity, and restructuring of the food chain and food safety. And the gastronomy targets for 2030 is to put emphasis on local products and geographical indications in the world. Because if we eat healthy, we demand healthy, and the food chain is produced accordingly. And the new nutrition model after COVID has changed, and I will tell you how it changed. In 1992, where I grew up, in the schools, they taught us the food pyramid is looking like this. 6 to 11 servings of carbohydrates, and going up 3 to 5 servings of vegetables and fruits, and going up some cheese, milk, yogurt, and then use oil sparingly. But then in 1995, it changed to this way, because they decided not to use the term serving, because according to some people, one serving is this much. According to some other person, one serving can be small. So they used measurement. They used cups, ounces, grams, and they added healthy exercises for healthy living. But then something changed. In 2020, after COVID, the pyramid turned into a plate. So the plate consisted of half fruits, half vegetables, whole grains, proteins, and as a lifestyle, we should include all the time sports, clean mind, adequate sleep, adequate water, and healthy oils. By this means, healthy whole grains, such as quinoa, brown rice, and whole wheat. Fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables, saying is not enough. We should eat the fruits and vegetables in season without pesticides. Proteins. When we say proteins, the term meat, fish, chicken is not enough. We should include legumes as healthy proteins. And the meats should be free of nitrate and other additives. Oils are healthy oils, not trans fats and hydrogenated fats. And dairy in moderation, and stay away from the processed foods. And according to the new dietary guidelines, I wrote gluten-free, sugar-free gourmet cuisine desserts and saltines, and I did not use refined sugars other than also gluten. And I wanted to make this look so pretty, and I took all the photographs in this one. So it was a challenge, but I had all the time in COVID how to make beautiful desserts and beautiful saltines without refined sugars. It was a challenge, and no gluten. So these are some of the recipes. This is pudding. This is lemon meringue tart, cheesecake. And this is lentils with quinoa balls. It's traditional Turkish, but with bulgur. But for gluten-free, I use quinoa instead. And then some canapes and some breads using legumes. And this is actually chickpea bread. And then it's an international cuisine book, so I used homemade sushi and noodles and other, and the products I love, like puddings made of chia and ice creams made without sugar. And this was for children. This is actually spinach cookie made with actually squeezed spinach juice. So I want to conclude by saying that by eating healthy, we change the world, because we demand healthy and the production becomes healthy and the soil quality becomes better, and then we will help protect our local food, geographical indications, and we will protect our plants. So all of us are responsible in making this happen. Thank you for listening, and thank you, Gourmand, for giving this opportunity. Thank you, Edward, for making this happen, and it's my pleasure.